something strange is happening behind the scenes at the world's most powerful luxury empire. LVMH, the $500 billion conglomerate behind brands like Louis Vuitton, Dior, and Tiffany & Company, is reportedly preparing to shift part of its production to the United States. First glance, it might look like a strategic business move, just numbers and logistics. But this sudden shift came just days after one very specific event. One that has the internet buzzing, investors whispering, and fans piecing together a puzzle that might seem too surreal to be true. Lisa of Blackpink, global icon, fashion darling, and the face of contemporary luxury, just performed at Coachella Week 2. And in the sea of flashing lights, screaming fans, and viral moments, one familiar face stood quietly in the crowd. Frederic Arnault? Yes, the son of Bernard Arnault, the CEO of LVMH, and himself a rising power player within the empire. He was there, watching, observing, present. The man often seen alongside Lisa in private dinners, fashion shows, and quiet moments away from the spotlight. Question now echoing across fan forums, business circles, and cultural commentary threads is, was this just a coincidence or a calculated move? Could a single performance at Coachella, combined with a moment of personal presence, trigger one of the most significant strategic shifts in the luxury industry? Is the so-called Lisa effect now crossing the boundary from buzz to boardroom? Because here's what we know. LVMH's Q1 performance in the United States wasn't glowing. Sales dipped, investors started to grow cautious, and then, out of nowhere, a rumor started spreading. LVMH is moving production, at least partially, to the US. A new focus on the American market, a new base of operations, a new strategy, and that's where things get even more interesting. Lisa's influence in the West is undeniable. From magazine covers to sold-out concerts, her image is everywhere. But it's not just about popularity. Lisa carries with her a brand value that even traditional luxury can't replicate. Gen Z and millennials don't want exclusivity the old-fashioned way anymore. They want cultural relevance, viral presence, and authenticity. Lisa is all three. So imagine the optics. LVMH, a European giant, finds itself needing to reposition in the American market. At the same time, Lisa dominates the cultural conversation in the US with her Coachella stage, commanding the eyes of millions. And attending that performance, a key executive from the Arnault dynasty. Was it personal? Was it business? Or was it both? Timing is what's causing waves. It's not just about being seen at a concert, it's about influence. Frederic was there right when the world was watching Lisa. Right when hashtag #liskook started trending again. Right when social media exploded with clips, edits, and breakdowns of Lisa's performance. Right when luxury brands, now under pressure to evolve, were looking for their next big move. And that's the heart of the story, the Lisa effect. Saturn fans have used for years to describe her ability to sell out collections, shift brand perceptions, and bring fashion houses closer to younger audiences. But what if that effect is now shaping internal decisions at the highest level of luxury? Not just marketing campaigns, but actual manufacturing strategies, investments, and expansion plans? We're not saying Lisa made LVMH move production, but we are saying this. Her presence, her cultural gravity, is too strong to ignore. The fashion industry no longer moves just based on seasons and trends, moves on moments. And Lisa's Coachella Week 2 performance? That was a moment. Behind closed doors, what conversations happened after the lights went down and the music stopped? What calls were made the next morning? Who started asking whether LVMH needed to be closer to where the cultural waves are crashing the hardest? And who better to surf those waves than Lisa? Connection might not be written in official press releases, but the signs are there. Production shifting, executives present, cultural icons performing, investor interest rising again, fans connecting the dots. And that's exactly how the modern luxury narrative gets built. Not in sterile boardrooms, but in viral moments, in fan edits, and in real-world energy that cannot be bought. Some might say this is reading too much into things. But ask yourself, when was the last time a single pop star could send shockwaves through a trillion-dollar industry? When was the last time a performance could possibly trigger shifts in supply chains? In 2025, these things aren't fantasies. They're branding strategies. They're real. So whether it was calculated or not, the result is the same. LVMH's eyes are on America. And Lisa? She just gave America a reason to look back. The Lisa effect. has never been louder. And as it echoes across social media, business meetings, and red carpets, one thing is clear: this is no longer just a fan theory. This is a cultural movement in motion. And maybe, just maybe, the world's most powerful luxury group is starting to listen. If you followed this story, you already know how deep it goes. And if this is your first time hearing it, stay close. Because what's happening here isn't just about fashion or music. It's about influence, power, and the shifting center of global culture. So what do you think? Is LVMH making a move because of market forces, or because of something or someone much more powerful? But here's what makes it even more intriguing. The Lisa effect isn't just about fan excitement or trending hashtags anymore. It's becoming a measurable force. Look at the stock market reactions. Look at how brands that collaborate with Lisa see spikes in engagement, social buzz, and in some cases, actual product demand. This isn't just entertainment, it's economics. Culture now directly affects capital. When Lisa stepped onto that Coachella stage, she wasn't just performing. She was representing a global fusion of fashion, luxury, music, and influence. And everyone watching knew it. The timing of everything. Frederic in the audience, LVMH shifting production plans, the surge of American interest. It's all too aligned to ignore. This is no longer a moment. It's a movement. Industry analysts have quietly started calling this the celebrity supply chain effect. When the influence of a figure like Lisa begins to affect not just marketing strategies, but logistical decisions like where to manufacture goods or which markets to prioritize, then the definition of influence itself has changed forever. It's not just about putting a face on a billboard, it's about building the future of global luxury with culture at its core. Think about it. Why would LVMH consider moving parts of its production to the United States now? Is it just to cut costs? Maybe, but they've had those options for years. The difference now is timing, cultural timing, Lisa's timing. And when culture leads, business follows. And while no executive will say it outright, there's no denying that when someone like Frederic attends a performance like Lisa's at Coachella, sends a signal that the company is watching, that they're listening, that they're aware of where attention is flowing and they're ready to follow it. Because attention is currency now. And Lisa, she's the bank. Every brand wants a piece of that attention. They want to bottle the energy of her presence, her style, her reach. And for LVMH, a company rooted in legacy and exclusivity, aligning with that modern energy is not optional anymore. It's essential for survival in a market that's evolving faster than ever. Just look at how K-pop has infiltrated luxury. Not long ago, luxury houses wouldn't even consider collaborating with idols. Now, they're headlining campaigns, walking runways, and driving sales in key markets across Asia, Europe, and the US. Lisa is one of the leaders of that transformation. She's not a trend, she's the blueprint. That's why the idea that LVMH is now investing more heavily into the US, right after Lisa dominates an American stage, is more than coincidence. It's strategy. A silent one, perhaps, but a strategy nonetheless. A move to reposition, to modernize, to stay ahead of the cultural wave instead of chasing it. And the fans, they see it all. They might not be sitting in boardrooms, but they feel the shifts. They connect the dots. They know that when Lisa moves, the world watches. And sometimes, it follows. So what's next? Will more luxury houses make similar moves? Will LVMH double down on its US footprint? Will Lisa continue to shape the future of fashion and business without even saying a word? All we know is this. The stage might have been at Coachella, but the real show? It's happening everywhere now. And it's only getting bigger. This story blew your mind? Don't scroll just yet. Hit that like button, subscribe, and share this video with someone who needs to know the truth behind the hashtag LisaChella effect. The next chapter is coming fast. And trust me, you won't want to miss what happens next. Stay tuned!